What's up YouTube, it's Louis here. I hope you're all well. We're looking at Matic today and not too much has changed since our last few updates. We did meet our 1618 target, which we've said many times now. We never really back tested. Well, you did have some wicks down here, so yeah, you did kind of back test it, but whenever we back test something, we like to leave space in between the way you push up, where you top out, and when you pull back. I like space here to see that, yeah, it's actually pulled away from this new support and it's actually come back to it instead of like an instant one, because when it's instant it could actually become a fake out. We like it to arch away, back test it, support, and go up. So if we don't come back down, it's because of these wicks, but really personally I would like it. So if we do actually stay below the 55 and lose the 20, technically it would be coming down to here, because the white line is our 200 EMA, and that would make sense because it's sitting on its previous resistance and over here should act as support. So right now on the daily time frame, it's very good that we've now come down today, retested the 20 EMA on the daily, back on the 1. So if this actually continues to hold as support, we will go ahead and try and head to the top of the range, because basically what's happening right now, when we get caught between the 55 and the 20, you're basically going sideways, and you can continue sideways for as long as possible. But this is actually a good thing, because now we know that the market is consolidating. So only two things can happen, because there's only three ways the market moves: up, down, or sideways. Right now we're in sideways moving market, so there's only going to either be up or down from here. When we get a significant breakdown, back test of resistance, we're heading lower. If we get a break to the upside, back test it as support, we're heading higher. So it's looking good on the daily time frame as long as we can hold this 20, because technically speaking, if you do lose this, you should actually continue your downtrend. What we call the 20 EMA is the continuation moving average. So if we lose this as support and we use it as resistance, we should keep continuing to use it as resistance, basically meaning a downtrend, lower lows and lower highs. You can see here, lost it, had a few fake outs, but when you came back below, you lost this low, continued down, come back to resistance, but you didn't continue and go lower. You actually got above it, and potentially we're just retesting it now to continue up. But if you lose it and back test it as resistance, technically speaking, we should head to this low and these lows down here, basically where these wicks are, and down here. But yeah, that none of that has to happen. Even if you do lose this, we got resistance here that could be back tested as support, and then we might not even use the 20 EMA as resistance. We might get back above it, confirm it as support, then head up. And that meant that the move to the downside here was a fake out, and all you were doing was a retest of this previous resistance as support, getting above the 20 EMA, confirm it as support, and we should continue our uptrend. And so the next targets for Matic would be this high over here. You can see this was the low of the range. When you bounced, this was the high. What was this before? Support. Then it flipped into resistance. You lost support, you go to the previous support down here in and around this area. You failed to break below it, so you go back to resistance, which was the previous support. Lose support now, we'll go to the previous support down here. It's all about swing high, swing low. So this was your swing high, you met a new one, then you came back to the previous one. Had a little fake out here, but you can see you did confirm it as support there. Then we went up, and you should have held this, and we were holding it. But if you lose a swing high, you come to the swing low, and that's why we came to the swing low. Couldn't break it. We tried to break the swing high here, couldn't break it. Lost the low here. That means we come to the previous swing low down here. So in this way we double bottomed. Not really the biggest retest here, but we can sort of count it. But we know if we do dump, the reason why, because it wasn't a significant back test of support. But either way, all we're doing now is holding the 20 EMA for continuation of this uptrend. But let's go ahead and take a look at this 4-hour time frame. So over on the 4-hour time frame, since hitting the 1618, we do actually have a series of lower highs. So what I can say is, looking at this resistance point, which we're actually trying to break above right now, lining up nicely with that 200 EMA. Basically, you can see the 20 and the 55. We are consolidating between the two. So if we can get back above this 20 EMA on the 4-hour, get a 4-hour close and a back test, and we could be heading higher. And we would look at these two targets, but we know we're actually retracing to this higher here. So it will be this target, and then the final target up here. Technically, it should be the 2.272 to the 2.414 as a nice target if you want to do a short-term trade. If you want to wait until we've got nice confirmation, you can wait until this is back tested as support, and that would be a lovely 20% position. Or if you see this holding as support, which I probably wouldn't do. I'd want to be 100% confident in my trade, so I probably would wait until up there is back tested. But if you did take a much riskier trade, wait for this to be back tested as support, and it could be a 28% long position. But we always want to be playing it safe. We always want to protect our capital. And if you're interested in the trades that I'm taking, go check out Bitcoin's update today on my YouTube. The link also to my Twitter to get in contact with me is always in the description down below. So if you're interested in the crypto packages that I'll talk about at the end of each video, then go over to my Twitters and message me on my pinned post. But yeah, yesterday I took a trade on Bitcoin at roughly about 10-11% gains. So I go through in complete detail what I was doing in that trade, where I took some profits, where I trailed my stop loss to. It's a nice video to get learning if you're not sure on how to trade at the moment. So yeah, go over to that Bitcoin video. I'll catch you guys over there. But 4-hour time frame here on Matic, I do see that this is an M pattern of some sort, and that currently we have lost the low, but we are trying to get back above that neckline. If you do get above it, we aren't going down. But look, you can see here our technical target. If this does play out, how do we play it out? Well, we need to confirm this as a resistance. That's validated the target, but you do have this here holding below you. So you might not even break this. It might have just been a fake out and we get back inside, confirm its support, head higher. But if you now lose the 55 EMA at roughly $1.82 to 83, then we do have a target down here at $1.69, $1.70. So do what you will with that info. That's what I'm personally seeing right now. If we don't go further down, we know that we will be retracing to minimal this high and then this high next. So there could be some nice long positions going forward. But keep an eye on Bitcoin, because whatever Bitcoin decides to do, then obviously the rest of the market will follow. So just double check Bitcoin right now. Just before we go, I can get some fibs since you did lose this low, but currently reclaiming it at the moment. So if you did lose this one level at $1.86, which we haven't at the moment, so we have to say it's not going down. At the moment you are above it, so technically you shouldn't go down. But let's say you do lose it, you do have a 1618 target at $1.75, about 5 cents higher than our M Patterns technical target. So maybe this would be a nice place to, if you were shorting to, rather than down here. It's basically this area that the chart is signaling that it wants to come down to, in and around this area. So I'm going to make it green because it should act as support. If you lose that, and of course it's very negative, what we want to do is just backtest previous resistance as support for the continuation in this bull market. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. So guys, these are my crypto packages. Let's bring you over to the one-on-one mentorship, where it's £650 one-off payment. You will get video call lessons with me over a 1-month period. We will do 1 or 2 hour lessons every single day, and you don't need any prior knowledge whatsoever. You can have zero, you can already be an advanced or intermediate trader. My job here is to 10x your learning curve. Everything that I'm teaching you has taken me over 3 years to gather and cost me over £10,000, whether that was good courses, bad courses, mistakes, scams, or whatever it was. It cost me over £10,000 to get all this information that I'm personally teaching you. I also had to pay for my mentor over $2,000 for a 2-hour lesson. So what you're getting for this price is absolutely phenomenal. Now, you also get the 6-hour crypto course included in this price, as well as the signals chat until the top of the bull market. Now let's move over to the signals chat. I wouldn't call it signals. This is just basically a group where I post what I'm personally doing, my thoughts on the market, if I think it's going up or down. So there's daily chart updates, but also, yeah, throughout the day what I'm thinking, or where I'm buying, where I'm selling, where I'm looking to accumulate, or obviously get out the market. This is what's in the crypto chat, and that's £25 for your first month and £40 onwards. Then we can move over to the 6-hour crypto course. There are over 35 plus videos in this. You don't need any prior knowledge to start. You can be beginner, intermediate, or advanced level trader. My job here is to 10x your learning curve, to make you into that self-sufficient trader, to make you into a trader that doesn't need outsiders' help. Not my help, not any YouTuber's help, or any crappy group chat. So if you're interested in this, you also do get a one-on-one mentorship lesson with me at the end of the course, so you can get any questions answered, so you're clear and you know exactly what to do going forward. If you're interested in any of these packages, then please go to my Twitter at Louis_crypto and literally comment down below and just say, Louis, I'm interested, and I'll personally private message you to see if you qualify for any of these packages. Thank you guys for listening, watching the video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you in the next one.